இல்லை வாழ்ந்தனரும் அடியார்க்கு அடியே திருநீல கண்டத்து உயவனார்க்கடியே திருநீல கண்டத்து.
திருச்சிற்றம்பலம். 4 பேர் போன வழியில போ. Proceed in the route. The 4 have gone is a Tamil quote. Appar, Gnanasambandar, Sundarar and Manikavachagar are the 4 who have shown the 4 paths to reach Godhood. The 4 routes or the attitudes are father-son, master-servant, friend and oneness with the Lord respectively. Of the above 4 acharyas of Saivism, Sundaramurti Nayinar's life is a glorious one. He is none other than the Lord's reflection, and so are we. He was sent to this earth on the pretext to teach us the Sakamarga, that is, to have a friendly attitude even while practicing devotion with the Lord, with all our limitations and attain oneness with His grace, which is ever available to all. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa of the 19th century said to his devotees that though God is everywhere, He manifests especially in sacred temples which are full of spirit of devotion. The Tamil land in India even now has more than 50,000 big and small temples, with history and devotion as their basic structure. Sundaramurti Nayinar in 8th century visited many of these temples, sang the glory of Lord there, obtained grace in abundance, spiritual and mundane, and passed on the same to us through his Thevaram compositions. Now, let us proceed to have a peep into a few details of his life and make us too worthy of that grace. Once in Kailash, a big gathering of Munis headed by Sanaka were seated around the young sage Upamanyu. Suddenly, a dazzling brilliance, stealing everyone's glance, appeared in the sky. To the curious Munis, the young sage revealed that it was the glorious soul of Sundaramurti Nayinar, who has been commissioned by Lord Shiva to take birth in southern quarters of Bharata, is presently attaining the Lord's feet. On earth, he served the Lord and sang in praise of Lord's 63 servitors in chaste Tamil. Then the Munis requested Upamanyu to explain the details of Sundaramurti Nayinar's life in earth. Sage Upamanyu continued, one day, Lord Shiva saw his own reflection in a mirror brought by Nandi and showed it to Gauri. The mother said, "May this image become embodied and appear here." And the Lord granted the wish and called the embodied reflection Sundara. Lord Shiva trained Sundara in the acts of creation, preservation, dissolution, veiling and grace. He imparted to him knowledge relating to the soul, the world and God. Meanwhile, the gods and the demons started churning the milky ocean with the help of Vasuki, the serpent king, hoping to extract Amritam. Vasuki spewed Halahalam, a potent dark poison capable of destroying the worlds. Threatened by the scorching venom, the gods appeared to Lord Shiva and beseeched him to save them. Lord Shiva bade Sundara to intervene, who then rushed to the ocean, collected the all-pervasive poison, and holding it in his hand as a small jambu fruit, returned to Kailash. The Lord then showed the poison to Girija and gave the title Halala to Sundara, who thenceforth came to be known as Halala Sundara. Sundara, who thus boldly carried out the Lord's command, soon became proud about his achievement. Lord Shiva, the self of all, sensed this and decided to correct him in a proper context. One day, the eyes of Sundara fell on 2 maidens of exceeding beauty, who were Kamalini and Anindita, the foremost attendants of Mother Gauri. His senses were completely defeated by Kama, the god of sensual love, and so were those damsels upon seeing him. Unable to dare any further, they returned to their respective quarters. Divining that everything transpired according to his mandates, Shiva beckoned to Sundara and addressed him in a solemn voice. This hallowed abode of mine is hard earned by Munis of blemishless minds that are infertile for any seed of passion. Now, what you have desired here has no place. You will take birth on earth and enjoy the desires thus fructified. There is a place called Jambupuram, that is Thirunavalur, near Arunachalam. There lived a pious couple by named Jatila and Jnanavati, that is Sadayanar and Isaignaniyar, and to them Sundara was born.
கோவலன் நான்முகன் வானவர் கோனும் குற்றேவல் செய்ய கோவலன் நான்முகன் வானவர் கோனும் குற்றேவல் செய்ய மேவல முப்பூரம் தீயழுவித்தவன் மேவல முப்பூரம் தீயழுவித்தவன் போரம்பினான் மேவல முப்பூரம் தீயழுவித்தவன் போரம்பினான் போரம்பினான் ஏவலனார் வெண்ணை நல்லூரில் வைத்தென்னை ஆளும் கொண்ட ஏவலனார் வெண்ணை நல்லூரில் வைத்தென்னை ஆளும் கொண்ட
The parents named the boy Aruran. His spotless beauty earned him the name Sundara, the handsome. The orthodox father performed all formalities for the boy sanctioned by tradition. Once, when the boy was playing in the street, was seen by Narasimha, the local king of that region. Enamored by the boy's lustrous countenance, the issueless king obtained loving permission of the parents and took him to his palace and reared him. As Sundara came of age, Sadangavit, a Brahmana of Puttur, offered his girl in marriage. Soon a date was fixed, and Sundara underwent all formalities required of a bridegroom. The bride's father washed his feet in golden plate and offered his daughter along with other gifts to the accompaniments of mantras. Privileged in many ways such as wealth, knowledge, beauty and youthfulness, Sundara was acclaimed as an unequaled male on the earth. Now the chief priest took the formal permission of all the dignitaries for the initiation of the grand finale, Mangalam. Just then appeared in the midst of the cheerful assembly an old man with his chest covered fully by Rudraksha garlands. His presence inspired awe and respect among the audience. The old man said in a quivering but confident voice, "I ever reside in Kamalalayam. I know your lineage well. Hearken everyone to what I have to say. This Sundara is my slave at large. Ignoring me and claiming him as his son, Jatila is enforcing this wedlock on him. Sundara and I have a deal. Let's first settle that, and only then this wedding shall conclude." Hearing this, Sundara laughed in amusement and demanded for proof of this contention. The old man replied, "You are a slave. What right do you have to see the deed?" Sundara charged at the master in disguise, while the latter tried to flee. As everybody watched in shock, Sundara caught hold of the old recluse, succeeded in finding the document, quickly read through the contents and tore it to pieces. The old man protested against this unethical act of the bridegroom and complained to the elders and the learned and forced them to go to the court in Thiruvannainallur. At Sri Navanithapuram, that is Thiruvannainallur, the matter was placed with the court. The old man produced the original document deed. The judges said in great pity, "Sundara, there is no escape for you now. You must surrender forthwith to this senior citizen." The hapless bridegroom decided to bow to the unfavorable verdict and give himself unto the old man. The aged and seasoned litigant. "Let me follow him right away," he thought. "Follow me, Sundara," said the old man, "to my abode," and Sundara obeyed. Then Sundara and the old man entered the temple of Navanitheshwara. There appeared on the bull mount with his family the Lord with Parvati, Ganesha and Skanda. The sanctum was ablaze with lustrous light and proved the Lord's presence once more. The Lord, beaming smiles all around, said to the hymning celestials, "This Sundara is my bonded slave." He was all compassion. Sundara, with his hands clasped above his head, petitioned, "O mine of virtues, it is surpassing wonder that you should consider me, who am the most unworthy. Will my sins ever diminish? How can I, ignorant of your grandeur, venture to extol your glories? Pray enlighten me." The Lord said to Sundara, "You have already given me the appellation madman when I came to claim you. Now set out with the same title and sing forth. You shall be blessed with Goddess Saraswati's presence." Sundara started singing, "Pitta Piraisudi Perumane Arulala."
பித்தா பிறை சூடி பெருமானே அருளட, பித்தா பிறை சூடி பெருமானே அருளட, பெருமானே அருளட, எத்தான் மறவாதே, எத்தான் மறவாதே, நினைக்கின்றேன் மனதுன்னை, எத்தான் மறவாதே, நினைக்கின்றேன் மனதுன்னை, வைத்தாய் பெண்ணே தென்பால் வெண்ணை நல்லூரருட்டுறையுள், வைத்தாய் பெண்ணை தென்பால் வெண்ணை நல்லூரருட்டுறையுள், வெண்ணை நல்லூர் அருட்டுறையுள், வெண்ணை நல்லூர் அருட்டுறையுள், அத்தா உனக்கு ஆளாய் இனி அத்தா உனக்காளாயினி அல்லேன் என்னலாமே, அத்தா உனக்காளாயினி அல்லேன் என்னலாமே.
Praying thus, Sundara shed tears that cleansed the Lord's feet. Shiva lifted him and bade him to visit his abodes and worship him with sweet hymns. Sundara started his spiritual journey to various Saivite centers in Tamil land. After worshipping the Lord at Tiruvadigai Veerattanam, he stayed in the outskirts in a mud called Siddhavatam. As he lay asleep that night, Veeratteshwara came in the guise of an old-aged Brahmana. He reclined close to Sundara and placed his feet on Sundara's head, as if inadvertently in sleep. Sundara rose with a jolt and cried, "Who are you, sir, placing your feet on my head and disturbing my sleep? Can't you see?" The old man replied apologetically, "Senility affects my senses. Forgive my felony." Sundara found another spot and lay down. In no time, he was aroused by another soft kick on his head. Finding the culprit to be the same old man, he cried out, "Whoever you are you intent on kicking me repeatedly?" The old man retorted, "Don't you know me? You are Lord Gangadhara." Saying this, he vanished from sight. Sundara lamented on his ignorance of Lord's presence and in remorse sang a decade in praise of Veera Attahasa Shiva.
தம்மானை அறியாத சாதியற் புலரே, தம்மானை அறியாத சாதியற் புலரே, சடைமேற்கொள் பிறையானே விடைமேற்கொள் விகிதன், சடைமேற்கொள் பிறையானே விடைமேற்கொள் விகிதன், விடைமேற்கொள் விகிதன், விடைமேற்கொள் விகிதன், கைமாவின் ஊரியானை கரிகாட்டில் ஆடல்.
Then he proceeded to Tirutturayur, where the Lord Sishtagurunada, in the guise of an old man, led Sundara to the temple from a nearby place called கிழப்பாக்கம்.
மலையாரருவி திரள் மாமணி உந்தி மலையாரருவி திரள் மாமணி உந்தி குலையார கொணர்ந்து எட்டியோர் பெண்ணை வடவர் குலையார கொணர்ந்து எட்டியோர் பெண்ணை வடவர் கலையரல்குல் கன்னியராடும் துறையூர் கனையரல்குல் கன்னியராடும் துறையூர் தலைவா உன்னை வேண்டிக் கொள்வேன் தவநெறியே.
From there, he proceeded to visit other places. Reaching Vamanapuram, that is Thirumanikuri, he worshipped Vamanesa in the banks of river Kadila. From Thirumanikuri, Sundara proceeded to Chidambaram. The town resounded with resonating Vedic chants, and the air had mixture of fragrance emanating from sacrificial fire. The city was the repository of knowledge of the self and established in timeless Vedas, Upanishads, Agamas, and Puranas. Sundara received a loving welcome and entered the temple through its northern towers and worshipped Sivagami Nataraja with a decade of Devaram. Then he heard the Lord's voice bidding him to go to Thiruvarur and worship him there. Everyone watching this devotee's grandeur fell prostrate at his feet. Unmoved by this attention, Sundara adored them all mentally and proceeded to Thiruvarur. Sri Tyagaraja, the Lord of Thiruvarur, appeared in the dreams of devotees of the town and bade them to accord a grand welcome to Sundara. Accordingly, the town was decorated with flowers, festoons, and banners. On reaching Thiruvarur, overjoyed by the grace of the Lord, Sundara dashed to the precincts of Lord's abode, the Kamalayam. As the ocean swells at the sight of full moon, his poesy and devotion increased leaps and bounds, as his eyes feasted on the Lord's form, and he set about to sing his praises. He continued to stay in Thiruvarur and carried on his devotional services. Meanwhile, the chief maidens of Mother Uma in Kailasha were born on earth as mortals. Of them, Kamalini took birth in Kamalalaya in a Devadasi family, women dancers dedicated to the Lord's service. She was named Parava, who grew up to be a fair lady. As Sundara was constantly engaged in the services of the Lord, on a rare occasion, Parava was caught tight in his glance. Sundara's heart went for her, and so was hers fixed on him. Late one night, the Lord enquired with loving care, "Why are you awake at this hour? Looks like you have stopped eating. It is a long time since you have come to my shrine. Do not hesitate to open up to me. Won't you let me fulfill your heart's desire?" asked the Lord. Then the Lord, the indweller of everyone's heart, went forth to Parava's dwelling as Sundara's emissary. The Lord spoke to Parava and her mother, told them about Sundara's virtues, and fixed their marriage. The whole of Sripuram, that is Thiruvarur, participated in the wedding events, which resembled that of the Lord's celebrated annually. After their marriage, the Lord questioned the nature of pleasures that Sundara relished, to which Sundara replied, "Can a spoon know the taste of the dish? Can the eye feast on its own beauty? You alone are the essence of all enjoyments, being their indweller. Being your form, everything seen and unseen derives its quality that is sought after. Dancing to the tunes of the five senses, the ignorant fool that I am, rush after fleeting things, forsaking your lotus feet, which are their prop and essence." Lord Tyagesa, satisfied with the mature eloquence, imparted to him the non-dual teaching. There lived in Thiruvarur an ardent devotee of the Lord by name Viranminda Nayanar. He was upset with Sundara for displaying pomp in front of the Lord and not saluting the devotees of Shiva seated at the Devasiriya Mandapam. The Lord asked Sundara to befriend Viranminda by singing, "I am ever the slave of devotees. Their service is alone my life's goal." Thus was born the famous Thiruttondar Thogai, Thillaivar Andanar Tam Adiyar Kum Adiyen. Viranminda was moved and swore eternal friendship to Sundara.
தில்லை வாழந்தனரும் அடியார்க்கும் அடியேன் திருநீலகண்டத்து குயவனார்க்கடியேன் திருநீலகண்டத்து குயவனார்க்கடியேன் இல்லையே இயற்பகைக்கும் வல்ல மெய்ப்பொருளு கடியேன் வெல்லுமாமிக வல்ல மெய்ப்பொருளு கடியேன் விரிபொடில் சூழ் குன்றைய பிறன்மெண்டற்கடியேன் விரிபொடில் சூழ் குன்றைய பிறன்மெண்டற்கடியேன் அல்லி மெல் முல்லையந்த அமர் நீதி கடியேன் அல்லி மெல் முல்லைய.
Once, Paravai Nachiyar had run out of food grain stock and she requested Sundara to replenish them. Sri Kundapuram, also known as Tirukkolili or Tirukkuvalai, is a place where Sundara's friend lived. The Lord directed Sundara to fetch food grains from there. He also directed the landlord Kundayur Kirar in his dreams to supply Sundara in abundance. Kundayur Kirar met Sundara on the way and took him to his place. He showed Sundara the rain of grace in form of food grains and asked him to accept the mountainous mound and take them away. The awestruck Sundara wondered how he could possibly carry the huge stock home. Feeling helpless, he sang a decade of praise and prayed the Lord for help. Ashutosha, the easily pleased one, assured that the transport of grain would be taken care of too. That night, Parameshwara commanded his Ganas, led by Kundodara, to shift the grains to Kamalalayam, Sripuram. The whole town woke up to witness this marvelous sight. It was flood of grains, leaving no space even for people to move about. Parava too was overjoyed at this wonder wrought by Sundara.
நிலநினைந்தடியே உம்மை நித்தரும் கைதொழுவேன் நிலநினைந்தடியேன் உம்மை நித்தரும் கைதொழுவேன் வாழன கண்மடவாள் அவள் பாடி வருந்தகனே வாழன கண்மடவாள் அவள் வாடி பருந்தமே கோளிலியம் பெருமான் குண்டையூற்றில நெல்லு பெற்றேன் கோளிலியம் பெருமான் குண்டையூற்றில நெல்லு பெற்றேன்.
Once, Suravyagha, also known as Kotpuli Nayanar, the chief of Chola army, visited Sripuram and worshipped the Lord. He met Sundara and invited him to his place, Thirunattiya Thangudi. When Sundara visited him, he introduced his two daughters, Simhangri and Vanavairi, to Sundara and offered them as his brides. Sundara said, "I accept them as my own, but only as my daughters. Henceforward, they verily are mine. He cheered them up by giving them choice gift. He also sang decad in praise of the local lord.
பூணான் ஆவதோர் அரவங்கண்டஞ்சேன் புறங்காட்டு ஆடல் கண்டிகளே. பூணான் ஆவதோர் அரவங்கண்டஞ்சேன் புறங்காட்டு ஆடல் கண்டிகளே. பேணீராகிலும் பெருமையை உணர்வேன், பேணீராகிலும் பெருமையை உணர்வேன், பிறவேன் ஆகிலும் மறவேன்.
Once, as the Falguna festival of Tyagaraja was drawing near, Paravai Nachiyar could not muster enough funds for the celebration. She referred the matter to Sundara, who was then camping at Sri Stutyapuram, that is Tiruppugalur. Sundara eagerly approached Lord Agnipurishwara at Tiruppugalur temple and incorporated his plea into a song of prayer to the Lord, singing it aloud. Feeling exhausted, he decided to retire for the night on a platform there. As he looked around, he found some bricks which he used for pillow. The next morning, he woke up fully refreshed and found the bricks that he used as pillows the previous night have all turned into gold. Overjoyed by this token of grace, Sundara repeatedly prostrated and praised the Lord's unfailing hand of protection. He collected the golden bricks and proceeded towards Sripuram Kamalayam.
தம்மையே புகழ்ந்திச்சை பேசினும் சாரினும் தொண்டர் தருகிறார். தம்மையே புகழ்ந்திச்சை பேசினும் சார்பினும் தொண்டர் தருகிறார். பொய்மையாளரை பாடாதே பாடாதே, பொய்மையாளரை பாடாதே, எந்தை புகழூர் பாடுமில் புலவீர்கள். பொய்மையாளரை பாடாதே, எந்தை புகழூர் பாடுமில் புலவீர்கள். புகழூர் பாடுமில் புலவீர்கள், புகழூர் பாடுமில் புலவீர்கள். இம்மையே தரும் சோறும் கூரையும் ஏற்கலாம் இடர் கெடலுமாம். இம்மையே தரும் சோறும்.
After some time, he visited Madhyarjunam, that is Thiruvidai Marudur, and Thirunageswaram, and sang the praise of the Lord in sweet strains of Devaram.
கழுதை குங்குமம் தான் சுமந்து எய்த்தால் கைப்பர் பாழ் பூக மற்றது போல. கழுதை குங்குமம் தான் சுமந்து எய்த்தால் கைப்பர் பாழ் புக மற்றது போல. பழுது நான்குடன்று பழுது நான்குடன்று உள்தடுமாறி படுசுழித்தலை பட்டனன் எந்தாய். பழுது நான் உடன்று உள்தடுமாறி படுசுழித்தலை பட்டனன் எந்தாய். பிறையணிவாள் நுதலாள் உமையாளவள் பேழ்கணிக்க. பிறையணிவாள் நுதலாள் உமையாளவள் பேழ்கணிக்க. உமையாளவள் பேழ்கணிக்க. உமையாளவள் பேழ்கணிக்க. நிறையணி நெஞ்சனுங்க. நிறையணி நெஞ்சனுங்க. நிறையணி நெஞ்சனுங்க. நீலமா
Once, when Sundara was sleeping in the night at Thiru Alampuril, the Lord appeared to him in his dream and asked him, "Have you forgotten to come to Thirumalabadi?" and vanished. Sundara, upon waking, crossed the river Kaveri and reached Thirumalabadi and praised the Lord with his hymns, Ponnar Meniyane.
பொன்னார் மேனியனே பொன்னார் மேனியனே புலித்தோலை அரைக்கதைத்து பொன்னார் மேனியனே புலித்தோலை அரைக்கதைத்து மின்னா செஞ்சடை மேல் மின்னா செஞ்சடை மேல் மிளிர் கொன்றை அணிந்தவனே பின்னார் செஞ்சடை மேல் மிளிர் கொன்றை அணிந்தவனே கொன்றை அணிந்தவனே கொன்றை அணிந்தவனே மன்னே மாமணியே மன்னே மாமணியே மழபாடியுள் மாணிக்கமே.
While visiting the temples in the Kaveri bank, he reached Thiruvannaikaval in Trichy. He sang a decade of Devaram in which he conveyed the message that one's love for the Lord is measured by his love for the Lord's devotee.
அறையும் பூம்புணங்காலை காவுடை ஆதியை நாளும் அறையும் பூம்புணங்காலை காவுடை ஆதியை நாளும் இறைவன் என்றடி சேர்வார் இறைவன் என்றடி சேர்வார் எம்மையும் ஆளுடையாரே இறைவன் என்றடி தேர்வார் எம்மையும் ஆளுடையாரே எம்மையும் ஆளுடையாரே எம்மையும் ஆளுடையாரே.
Later, Sundara, intending to go to Tirukudalayatrur, lost his way and was proceeding towards Vridachalam. There, the Lord appeared in the guise of a passerby and directs Sundara to Kudalayatrur and disappears. Sundara, realizing that the passerby was none other than the Lord, sings a decade of Devaram in praise of the Lord of Kudalayatrur. From there, he proceeded towards Vridachalam. At the temple, he pleaded the Lord for a monetary gift of 12,000 coins of gold, which the Lord gave him promptly. "Ah, is there any limit to the Lord's bounteous grace?" wondered Sundara. Finding the gift too heavy to carry, he further requested the Lord to deliver the prize money at Kamalayam. He heard the Lord's voice in answer, "Cast the gold into the river Manimukta and retrieve it from the tank in Kamalayam temple." Marveling at this assurance, Sundara proceeded towards the river and hurled the gold bag into river Manimukta. Then he proceeded towards Kamalayam.
நஞ்சிடை இன்று நாளையன்றும்மை நச்சுவார் நஞ்சிடை என்று நாளையன்றும்மை நச்சுவார் துஞ்சியிட்டார் பின்னே செய்வது என்னடிகள் சொல்லி துஞ்சியிட்டார் பின்னே செய்வது என்னடிகள் சொல்லீர் பஞ்சியிட புட்டில் கீருமோ பணியீர் அருள் பஞ்சியிட புட்டில் கீருமோ பணியீர் அருள் முஞ்சியிடைச் சங்கம் ஆர்க்கும் சீர்முது குன்றரே முஞ்சியிடைச் சங்கம் ஆர்க்கும் சீர்முது குன்றரே முது குன்றரே முது குன்றரே
After reaching Sripuram, Sundara happily shared all his experiences with Parava. But his story of the Lord granting him gold and offering to transfer it to Kamalalayam was met with disbelief. She reacted saying, "My dear, this is too fantastic to happen." But Sundara's repeated assurances pacified her for the moment, and they spent the night together with mixed emotions. Parava got ready to accompany Sundara to the Kamalalayam shrine in anticipation of the miracle. Sundara dived into the tank and first searched for gold on the northeastern side. Finding no treasure, he extended his search to all over the tank. It was a scene of fun to Parava, and she mocked at him, clapping hands and laughing loud. She even consoled him, saying, "Isn't it foolish to expect your treasure here when you have thrown it in the river? All right, stop it and let's go home." Sundara, exhausted and frustrated, prayed to the Lord and sang a decade of heart-melting songs. Lo and behold, he felt a bag filled with gold coins in the tank. He retrieved it and the two returned home. Upon examination, it was found that some of the gold coins were not of standard purity. Not satisfied with this, he again appealed to the Lord in a song to set the quality of the gold right. Then, by the Lord's act of sport, his prayer was fulfilled. The devotee couple spent time in sweet service of the Lord.
பொன் செய்த மேனி பொன் செய்த மேனி புலித்தோலை அரைக்கதைத்தீர் புலித்தோலை அரைக்கதைத்தீர் முன் செய்த மூவையிலும் முன் செய்த மூவையிலும் எரித்தீர் முதுகுந்தம்.
Once, when Sundara reached the Kurukka Nagaram region after a long travel on foot through forest and desert terrains, he felt thirsty and hungry. Exhausted, he started repeating Shiva Shiva when Lord Shiva appeared on the scene in the guise of an old Brahmana. He created in the desert a green, cool grove that spread shade and fragrance around. A well full of cool water appeared. The old Brahmana said to Sundara, "Darling son, you seem to be hungry and in need of rest. Help yourself to some curd rice." Sundara ate to his heart's content and was soon joined by other wayfarers on that route. No sooner did he finish his life-sustaining meal than Sundara fell fast asleep in that heaven of blissful tranquility. For how long he did not know. He woke up to find himself desolate in the middle of nowhere, with the cool grove and the warm hospitality he had experienced disappearing into thin air. Filled with the thoughts of the Lord's gracious acts, he reached Kurukka Nagaram. Adoring the Lord there with sweet songs, he proceeded on his journey.
சித்த நிலை பிரியாத திருநாவ நூர் மன்னர் சித்த நிலை பிரியாத திருநாவ நூர் மன்னர் அத்தகதியும் பள்ளி உணர்ந்து அத்தகதியினில் பள்ளி உணர்ந்து அத்தகதியினில் பள்ளி உணர்ந்து அவரை காணாமை அவரை காணாமை அவரை காணாமை இத்தனை ஆமாற்றம் இத்தனை ஆமாற்றம் அறிந்திலேன் என எடுத்து இத்தனை ஆமாற்றம் அறிந்திலேன் என எடுத்து.
From there, he visited Thirunavalur, his birthplace, Avadara Kshetram, and sang the praise of Lord Bhakta Janeshwara in a decade of Devaram. Later, he visited Thiru Idayar. Here, he sang a decade of Devaram, in which he mentions the names of many shrines and said that one gets the benefit of visiting these shrines by visiting Thiru Idayar.
முந்தையூர் மூது குன்றம் புறங்கணில் முட்டம் முந்தையூர் மூது குன்றம் புறங்கணில் முட்டம் சிந்தையூர் நன்று சென்றடைவான் திருவாரூர் சிந்தையூர் நன்று சென்றடைவான் திருவாரூர்.